Old Faithful of Yellowstone National Park. We see the Upper Geyser Basin here. Today, we had a lot of buffalo amid the many visitors, and we see that the camera is panning to find a bull right there. And I was really shocked to see that there are no protective guardrails, and these animals are just a couple of yards away from the actual visitors. I've made the video go faster so that we can catch the Old Faithful geyser erupting, but this is frightening. At one point, he gets up, and I don't even know what he's thinking or where he's going to go. And there's a smaller herd behind him, but obviously this must be around their nap time or something. They seem to be quite happy there. The weather seems to be nice. There's a lot of people with short-sleeved t-shirt. Oh, there he goes. Okay. He's decided to move. You can imagine these animals must, I don't know how much they weigh, at least a couple of tons, I would imagine. But look at the head on that thing. Okay. And later on, the cameraman pans behind him, and we see a herd lying down behind him, just relaxing. Now we know that you'll see that the area will be white. You're going to see okay, there's the herd behind him, and he's going to show us some geysers that are erupting behind this area. And that white is not snow. That basically is the minerals coming out of the geysers. And these minerals, from what I had read a long time ago, basically, in thousands or tens of thousands of years, these minerals turn into opal. The opal stones, which are so beautiful, actually come from geyser eruptions and the minerals of geysers. So a long time from now, these will be areas of opals. Now, these geysers here usually increase, from what I remember seeing, they increase their geyser activity a couple of minutes before Old Faithful erupts. And we'll see that later on as well. As you can see, visitors are walking on the boardwalks that they have there, the pathways that are constructed for them. They're told not to leave those areas. And some of these geysers are flush up to the pathways that the visitors cross. Again, this is Yellowstone National Park, where we have the Yellowstone Supervolcano in northwest Wyoming. So here the cameraman has panned to the buffalo that were lying just beyond the bull that we saw before. And here they're grazing nicely. I don't know where they're finding the grass. It's so short, but anyway. And you have those little birds that are around the bulls. They're supposedly picking the mites off them. And it's a type of symbiosis type of an existence for the bulls and the buffalo and these little birds, from what I remember. Again, this is the Upper Geyser Basin, where we see the various geysers around Old Faithful that we'll see erupting in a little while. I've made the video go a lot faster, obviously, because these buffalo are grazing very slowly. They're basically slower than turtles, but anyway. And now the cameraman is panning us towards the area of Old Faithful. And there it is, it's beginning to steam up. A lot of visitors. And you'll see on the right of this is, you'll see a building later on, that's the Old Faithful Inn. They do have a little hotel there for visitors to stay if they want. And it starts slow, basically, and you think, well, when is it going to blow, and what's happening? Is it going to blow? Is it not going to blow? But it does blow, and we're going to have a very strong eruption. It starts very slowly, as we can see. It doesn't seem to be too windy, and the weather is beautiful for the visitors, we can see. Again, all the white stuff is not snow, it's the minerals coming out from the geyser water. You can imagine how many minerals are there. There is mercury in there too, and a lot of this water does go into the rivers around there where people just vacation and fish, unfortunately. But it's full of minerals, and this white stuff, thousands of years later, will turn out to be opal stones. So we wait for this to start. And people are waiting, as you can see right there. Volcanoes are just basically one way for the earth to purify water. This is one of the things that they do, is purify water that comes back out to us in the form of steam. Oh, there's a cloud going over the area. Okay. Now here I thought it was just going to end, but basically it's just resting before it picks up again with a very strong eruption. Yellowstone, as we know, is one of the two supervolcanoes of the United States that are active. We have the Yellowstone volcano, and we have the Long Island called the Long Valley caldera in California. But it's one of the 21 some odd supervolcanoes of the Earth. There's another cloud passing by. Obviously, the cameraman knows just about when it's going to blow. That's why he has the camera directed at it. Yellowstone, as we know, has its own observatory there to keeping track of what's happening to the geysers and the earthquake activity and the inflation of the area. And from what the geologists tell us, Yellowstone has over 60% of the Earth's geysers, and it has over 10,000 hydrothermal areas. This is just one of them. 10,000 hydrothermal areas. Can you imagine how much water is coming out from these areas? So here we are, we're thinking that it's going to sleep. There's hardly anything there, very little steam coming out. But we have to get ready because it's just preparing itself to turn on with a very, very big might. There it goes. It's like a faucet turning on full force. There it goes. Oops. And I have it running at around 3 times the speed. So, but you can see how tall it goes. Isn't that something? Look at that. That's a lot of force. So now you can understand how all this all these minerals from this water come splashing all over the place and giving the whitish hue that looks like snow. All this these minerals coming from the earth along with the water. And as I said, I'm right now running it at about 3 times the speed. But that was it. It was a very strong eruption. Now the cameraman is panning to the other areas of the Upper Geyser Basin. As you can see right here. In the distance, look at that. Look at that one there. Look at that one there. Isn't that something? A lot of activity down there as well. There you go. Look at that one. My goodness. I don't know which geyser that is, but that's a lot of water coming out as well. Look at that. Look at that. Amazing. I don't know how close the boardwalks are to those geysers. They're too far from us to see where the boardwalks are. Now get ready for the huge surprise coming. You won't believe your eyes. This is stronger from what I believe that Old Faithful eruption was. I don't know which geyser this is. This is not Old Faithful. This is another geyser of the Upper Geyser Basin, but look at how strong this is, and it's continuing for like 5 minutes now. And it's right over the boardwalk. This is unbelievable. I mean, look how close it is to the boardwalk. Unbelievable. This is going stronger than Old Faithful. It's going longer than Old Faithful. Okay, he's panning out now a little bit. Look at this. It's still going. This is unbelievable. How much water there is under there. You can imagine what's going on underneath. And of course, these geysers, all this water is above the roof of the magma chamber. Look at all this. It's still going on. This is just one of the many geysers in the Upper Geyser Basin. This is not Old Faithful. Unbelievable. It's still going. I can't believe this is a stronger eruption than. Look at it. Look at this. Unbelievable. Some people are daring to go closer to it. And that must be very hot, scalding water coming out from there. It's not cool, that's for sure. Okay, it seems to be waning down a little bit now. Unbelievable. I think that lasted longer than, yeah, that's just one of the many geysers there. That's not far from where there, the buffalo are grazing there, yeah. Okay, that was not Old Faithful though. Okay, those are just more geysers that we could see there. A lot of people visiting. So we got a lot of activity going on there. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.